What's up, YouTube? Before I get started with this video, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to America and her 250th birthday, because this is the morning of July the 4th, 2026. And happy 250 America. A lot of us are glad to be Americans. I hope you are too. And if you're not watching this from America, just know that we're celebrating our country's 250th year of being a nation. Now, on to our regular scheduled program, which is going to be talking about and giving you guys a little bit more insight on my Orangeboxx Molle panel system that I got a lot of questions about after I did my Nissan Xterra overland tour. So I promised you guys a video, and this is that video. So just so you know, I designed the system in my head before I ever built it. But I didn't know when I got this Nissan Xterra, I didn't know you could actually find or get a full Molle panel system for an Xterra, for a second gen Xterra. There's another company out there called Xterra that I know a lot of you are familiar with if you are Xterra enthusiasts or Xterra owners. And they basically make two of the window Molle panels that you can order for them for like 350 bucks. And I actually did order those Xterra panels and did a whole installation video installing those panels into this rig. And about 3 or 4 days after I got those panels installed, I actually found this system. So I ended up uninstalling those and going to San Francisco and getting this system and installing it, driving from LA to San Francisco and getting this system and installing it. So it does come from Orangeboxx Fabrication. I know that they are on TikTok. I don't know where else I think they're on YouTube as well. And if they are, I will be sure to tag them. But this is a full Orangeboxx Molle panel system. So when I first got this system, it came with the top panel, the top shelf, and both of the side Molle panels for the windows. And it did not have this middle shelf. But as you can see, I had this idea in my head for a middle shelf. And the main thing was putting my Anker C1000 electrical inverter, electric generator on this shelf to be able to power my ISCO G20 refrigerator, and to be able to run this thing 24/7. And the way I do that is I have a 200 watt Renogy solar panel on the roof of my tent that actually comes from the top of the tent. It's routed down through here and it plugs into the side of my inverter right here. And then my refrigerator plugs in on the side of the inverter on this side to a 12-volt car plug. And I will say that the reason I got the C1000, I would actually like to have like a C2000, maybe even a 3000, but a 2000 for sure. But this is the only electric inverter that I know of that has the 12-volt plug on the side, so it's hidden. All of them have it on the front, which means I'd have this big cigarette plug plugged into the front of it, which with my OCD, I'm sure a lot of you can relate. I like things to be clean and clutter-free. So this is the perfect setup for me and the reason I stay with this 1000. If anybody knows of another decent, I don't want like a Temu generic no-name brand unless it's really been tested, that has the cigarette lighter plug, the 12-volt DC plug on the side, let me know, because as far as I know, it's just the Anker C1000. And that's the reason I went with the C1000. So this is my overland build, but it's not just an overland build. I actually use my rig as my content creation mobile studio as well. So as you can see up here, I have my table, and this table is either a table if I'm cooking out on the campsite, or it's a desk if I'm using this rig as a mobile office and I'm doing like what I'm doing now, or if I need my laptop out. So yeah, everything, the way I have it set up actually really works amazing for me. The only downside to the way I have this set up is you really can't get to these side Molle panels because this stuff is too close to it, but it works for me. I like it. This is gear storage in my cabinet. I keep all of my food in here. I keep like lemon pepper, tuna fish, coffee, sriracha sauce. You guys get the idea. And then I keep some gear storage on the other side. So that's what this cabinet is. I have my toolbox here because anytime I'm out on the road, I just feel like you need to have a toolbox in case you have like a breakdown. At least you have something to try to help you get back on the road. And then again, here's my refrigerator. I keep some camping stuff up here. I keep a hoodie, actual down jacket. This is a pillow. And then I got another tripod up here. I will say I was just watching another YouTuber. I can't remember his name. And he just put a camper on a Tundra. And he went out camping, I guess in Arizona, I believe. And it snowed on him. And he didn't have a jacket. He left it at his house, or his hoodie. I always keep warm clothing, even though I live in Southern California, just in case. All right, before it gets really bright out here, it's like 7:30 a.m. I got up early to be able to shoot this video while it was still as cool as it's going to be in Texas. It's not cool in Texas this time of year, as you guys probably know. But anyway, I want to show you guys this because I really love this. I have all my lights set up there. As you can see, it gives me plenty of spread, plenty of light. And these lights, they actually charge via USB-C. So I just use my power generator to charge these lights. I have to charge them about once every 5-6 months. I've left California, as I said in my tour video, I left California Christmas morning in December. And today is July the 4th, and I have not charged these lights. I charged one light over there I actually did charge. But yeah, they hold the charge very well. And then I have my cutting board right here in the middle. We're going to remove this our gear storage cabinet so you guys can kind of see. There we go. So I have my cutting board right here. When I'm out, oops, I just messed up. I actually have I have other lights under here as well, but they work off of a motion sensor. We'll put our cutting board over here for right now. Let's just put it right up here. Perfect. All right, I'm going to remove this cabinet here to kind of give you guys a little bit more idea of how this thing looks without it. All right, so then after my gear storage, I have my 4-system air down tire manifold kit. So I can air down all 4 of my tires at once. As you can see, it looks brand new. I've really hardly ever used it. And it's got a single too. So if I want to just do one tire at a time, I have this hose here. This one hooks to all 4 tires. And then I have a dual piston compressor that is underneath this rack here. I really wanted the ARB dual, what is it, a dual piston or whatever it is, and to put up underneath my hood or hide it somewhere back here and have it hardwired in. But those things are kind of expensive, so I just went with a mobile one for now. So we'll pull this out of here, and you guys can see now how deep the shelf is. And then I have my Molle panel system over here with these Molle bags. So I have a remote on this side. I have 2 remotes in case I lose one. Everything is kind of doubled up. Keep a fire extinguisher back here, keep a fire extinguisher up there. Yeah, you can see where this is where my 200-watt solar panel hooks up. into there. I always carry some water. I keep 2 or 3 gallons of water at this truck all the time. When you're out in the desert, I have my GSMR, is that what they are? General Mountain Radio Signal, I can't remember, but yeah, I have my little radios. Put this knife up here because I actually use it to cut potatoes. You know, it actually does come in handy at times. All right, guys, my refrigerator kicked on, so I apologize. You'll be able to hear it, but at least you do know it does work. It's a dual zone refrigerator, and if you would like any information on it, I plan on doing a review on it, as well as my Anker Solix C1000 and my Anker Solix C300 DC. This is the DC version. There's actually an AC version of this little mobile power station. And the difference, if you decide to buy one of these, and I love this thing. And I'll tell you why in just a second. But just so you know, there's a DC version, which is this one, and an AC version. The AC version actually has an AC plug. It's got a 3-prong plug on the front of it, maybe a couple of them, I can't remember, but that's why it's called an AC. This one doesn't. It's got the 12 volt, which I can hook my refrigerator up to in a pinch if I needed to, if I wanted to take my refrigerator up in the tent with me and plug it in. But this is my mobile power station, and this thing is amazing. I take this thing into Starbucks with me, any place I need electricity. And I ended up literally upgrading my old MacBook Pro from like a 2012, 2013 one to a new 2026 one, because with the battery in the MacBook Pro and with this thing, I can literally, I got a MacBook Air. I went from a MacBook Pro to a MacBook Air. And with my new 2026 MacBook Air, I can stay in a Starbucks from sun up to sundown with this thing and never have to hook into their electricity. So like sometimes I've went into like restaurants or, you know, like even a fast food chain restaurant, wanted to get some work done and they won't let you use their electricity, or there's not a plug anywhere around your table. So this completely, refrigerator shut off. This completely takes care of that problem. Another thing I love about this little DC version is I take this up in my rooftop tent and it powers everything up there when I'm in my rooftop tent. So I have electricity for my laptop again, and anything I need. If I want to plug lights into this, if I need to charge camera batteries. And it also has a little light on it that I use in my tent. My tent has lights built into the roof, but this just gives me more light, and it's got 3 different settings. I love this thing. And this is the main reason I bought it, for this this tent. I wanted this one. I really kind of wanted one with a regular plug, but I really wanted this one for my rooftop tent. And since I upgraded my MacBook Air, it will charge via USB-C. So, I mean, the reason I wanted the AC to begin with, because of my old MacBook Pro, it was older, so it just had the, you know, a regular plug on it. And my new MacBook Air, the reason I upgraded is it just plugs right in here. So it gives me power. This thing is literally amazing. I mean, it just doesn't matter where I'm at. I can get some work done. If I have this thing, I can get editing done. This setup, I mean, it just works. I know a lot of people build these out and put like a bed platform in the back of it and do it that way, and that just wasn't my style or the way I wanted to do it. I wanted a full Molle panel system like this. I had seen the full Molle panel systems in like the new Broncos. They have some. I have a friend that's got one in his. And then he was the first one I seen. And then I've seen him in the FJ Cruisers as well. And Orangeboxx, if I'm not mistaken, actually makes one for an FJ Cruiser as well as the 2nd gen Xterra. Man, there's mosquitoes everywhere out here. Welcome to Texas. But yeah, this thing is, I mean, it's pretty amazing. I know you guys are probably waiting around for me to explain the price or talk about the price of it. And what I'll say with the price is it's not cheap. It is not cheap. And because this Xterra has been discontinued in 2015, as most of you know, it makes things harder to find for an Xterra. So price-wise, I believe with everything, you'll need to go to the website and verify this, but I believe it's around $1,299 to $1,400, I believe, for the exact same system that I have here, which is the top shelf and the middle shelf and the two side Molle panels. You know I've seen guys like do some DIY, like Home Depot shelves, and that nothing wrong with DIY, man. I mean, if that's what your budget is, nothing wrong with that. It's just not really the way I wanted to go. But I don't fault anybody for trying to save money and going that way. With my OCD, man, I like things to be very aesthetically pleasing to the eye, if that makes sense. And I will wait and spend a little money to make that happen, if that makes sense. And I really wanted a professional looking Molle panel system for my Xterra. And luckily Orangeboxx Fabrication makes one. All right, we will load things back in here and then finish this video up. One thing I will say is, like, Orangeboxx Fab is an independent fabrication shop, and I think it's like, I could be mistaken, I think it's like one guy, mosquitoes everywhere. I think it's like one gentleman that actually runs it and does the fabrication work. So, it can take a little while to get stuff to you, but hey, man, the stuff is really top quality. And the way it fits in this Xterra, I love it. I mean, it even has the brackets that come out here. And these brackets, because they come out here, I'm able to put these side pouches on. So not just pouches up here, I have side pouches here on both sides, which I just absolutely love. And I could not be any happier with the way this thing turned out. Yeah, I love these little Molle pouches. I keep like a voltmeter in this one. Just some tie downs, or this is Velcro strap tie downs for the Molle panel system. I think I even have like a raincoat in here, little emergency poncho in case you break down on the side of the road trying to change a tire in a pouring rain and you don't have a raincoat. You have a little emergency poncho. I don't have this here is just another panel pouch that I have more storage, more Molle panel connector stuff in. This is actually, this is mics for radios, which I probably will never use. I should just take those out. Keep my other remote, my extra remote in here. Some other stuff, some other connectors for the Molle panel system. And if you guys are wondering where I got these bags and everything, I just ordered them off of Amazon. And I'll look and see if I can find some links. I'm a Amazon affiliate, so I'll try to link this stuff down in the description. So if you want some yourself, you can find them. All right, let's real quick talk about one thing I don't like about my system here. One of the dislikes is this wood brace right here from Home Depot. Don't be a cheapskate like me. This is some advice I'll give you real quick. Don't be a cheapskate like me and not order Orangeboxx. I believe, you got to do everything on a profit margin. I understand that. But I just wish Orangeboxx would give you this thing to go through here with the kit, but I understand her with this shelf, but it adds like an extra $100 to the price. So I tried to do without a brace through here. And what I found is this shelf with any weight on it, with this generator, it literally violently bounces up and down to the point I was scared before I got to Home Depot and got the wood that it was going to damage my freaking electric generator. Because I mean, it was violently bouncing up and down. And it sounded terrible. So I wish I would have got the, I can still order it, and I probably will. I think it's like $100 for the actual Orangeboxx brace. And it goes from the shelf to the floor and all the way to the back of the shelf. I will say one reason I haven't been in a really big hurry to replace these, I do need to paint them black because my OCD, they drive me crazy because they just stick out like a sore thumb. But when I have my cabinet in here and I put my cutting board here, it actually kind of matches. But one reason I haven't been in a huge hurry to replace these is those of you that know Xterras know that there's a compartment under here. And this is where I keep some extra booster cables, my recovery gear, my recovery ropes, and stuff like that. So if I need to get into this, I don't have to uninstall this shelf that would be bolted to this top. I can just literally pull this out. You can see, it'll give you a really good idea. And you have to realize there's a brace on the back. I have two of these, one on the front and one on the back. So you can imagine how much bouncing it'll do without it. And I can't remember the gentleman's name in Orangeboxx, but you know, I called him and asked him if he thought, or when I talked to him, I asked him to order this middle shelf, if he thought I would need it, because when I initially got this system, I didn't have the middle shelf. I just had the top shelf and the two sides. So, you know, he's like, well, if you decide you need it later, you can always order it at another time. So I probably will eventually order it because I've found that I never really need in here. And to get in here, I have to unload everything anyway. So it's not going to be that big a deal to unbolt that from this shelf and pull it out. I don't think. I have to order and get it installed so I can be completely confident in what I'm telling you there. But yeah, if I was you and you're going to put any weight on here, I would order the brace thing that goes across there, because you're going to really need it, unless you're just putting like something really light up here like bedding, sleeping bags, or something like that. But if you're going to put camera gear or anything with any weight, like 20 pounds or more, you're probably going to need to brace this shelf. And I actually have my windshield shade up there, but I can take that out so you can kind of see everything without it. Well, there's nothing up there, but we're going to actually start putting stuff back together here. And everything has kind of got its place the way I've got this set up. So we'll load everything back up in here so you guys can kind of get an idea how I've got it done. It's kind of like, what do you call the things that kind of come up? It's modular. I've been very lucky with my measurements that this thing is it's very modular and kind of, you know, it really comes apart really well. I just got lucky with everything. Like this toolbox right here, believe it or not, I just found the thing on Facebook Market for like 20 bucks. I measured it. I measured my space here, and then just got on Facebook Market and started looking for, you know, like mobile toolbox or handheld toolboxes with the dimensions that I needed. And lo and behold, I literally found this thing like 15 minutes away from my place in Southern California. And the girl just wanted, it was like her dad's or something. She just wanted 20 bucks for it. Her dad gave it to her to sell because she was asking her dad for money. She was like 16, 17. And she was asking her dad for 20 bucks. And he goes, I don't have 20 bucks to give you, but if you sell that toolbox, you can have 20 bucks. And there it is. And then this, I got this off of Amazon. It took me a while to figure out what size I wanted. I kind of wanted a smaller one, or one that wasn't so wide. But in the end, I decided to go with this one, which is really wide, because I really put a lot of stuff in there. When I'm going camping, and I'm going to be out and about for a while, I want to be able to put a lot of food and stuff in this to really tide me over. So yeah, I love the way it looks. You guys let me know what you think. I have literally been out on the road for 6 months. So this thing really works for me for what I need. And like I said, this thing running my fridge, it's low on battery. It gets down to about 30% overnight, because the fridge will come on and run overnight. And I've got the truck in the shade still because I'm doing this video, but I'll pull it back out so this thing can start charging back up. But I think it might be time for it might actually be time for a monster. And my refrigerator, I don't have it on a slide. I looked to get a slide for it because there's probably enough room to put a slide under here, but I don't have a slide for it. And one reason I don't is because if I put a slide in here, again, I can't access that door to get to my recovery gear. So it's a small refrigerator. It just slides just like that. And then I can have my Monster Energy for the morning for 4th of July. I have some other little drinks in here. I have like 3 drinks in here right now. But it charges from the sun. It doesn't cost me anything to keep those 3 drinks going. So I keep a few drinks in there. I usually keep this refrigerator pretty stocked, but haven't been lately. But I need to probably put some more stuff in there, I would think. As you can see, not a bad little setup I have here. I have everything I need pretty much. Well, I do. I have everything I need to be a full-time content creator in this rig. When I very first got the system together for the very first time, and I took it out and went out in the Angeles National Forest right north of LA. Anybody that's from Southern California, Los Angeles probably knows what I'm talking about. Just to kind of give it a test run like I'm set up here, you know, I was pretty proud of myself in finally piecing this stuff all together. And I put a little Instagram video together and put it out. And, you know, you're always going to get the haterade comments, but one that got under my skin is the guy's like, why in the world would anybody spend the money to be able to carry all that crap out to camp and go camping? Like, why would anybody want to be in an office? I mean, that's why I go camping, is to get away from the office. I understand that. I actually very, very much understand that. But for myself, you have to understand, a lot of people out there they can't grasp and they can't fathom that there are people out there that make money as freelancers and content creators. And that's what I do. When I first got to Dallas, the first couple of weeks I was here in Dallas, I booked a commercial with a mattress company with one of the Dallas Cowboys. And that afforded me to be able to stay here longer and not have to run back to Los Angeles to try to make some money. So having this mobile setup for myself is a key to my freedom. So I have a whole office and podcast studio back in Los Angeles, actually in Orange County, for those of you that know the difference. But in Southern California, I lived in downtown LA until 2020, the pandemic. Then I moved south to Orange County to get away from the chaos. I have a ton of equipment in that studio. And when I go and leave the studio and go out and do a job, there's been lots of times I've gotten out to do a job and I get out there and I forgot something, just one little thing. and you're just like, oh my gosh, I forgot this. I've got lighting, I've got everything I need in this truck to create pretty much what I need to do. Since I've been in Dallas, I've done video shoots, I've done a photo shoot, so paid photo shoot, a commercial photo shoot. For those of you that know the difference, not like I wasn't taking like family portraits or engagement photos. I was doing a corporate photo shoot for a business. That's what I am, as a commercial photographer. So this setup has really been paramount to me being able to live out on the road and just stay out here and do what I want to do. All right, guys, let's see if we can wrap this video up on my Orangeboxx Fabrication full Molle panel system for my second generation 2008 Nissan Xterra off-road edition. For those of you that don't know, I get questions about the off-road edition. It's basically just the Pro 4X before the Pro 4X came out. Now they're called a Pro 4X, or from, I think, 2005 to 2010, they were called an off-road. And from 2010 to 2015, they're called a Pro 4X. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments and let me know, but I believe that's the way it goes. Anyway, I will try to put any links that I think will be helpful. I'll try to put any links that I think will be helpful for you guys down in the description. I will put the Orangeboxx website down in the description, or you can Google it, or you can just type it in and just know it's Orangeboxx Fabrication, orangeboxxfabrication.com, and that the box has 2 X's in it. So you can go and price the system out for yourself if you would like to order one for your rig. And again, if you have any comments, comment down below. I try to get to everybody and read all the comments. So if I left something out that I forgot and you still have a question on, be sure to leave me a comment and I'll respond. Until the next video, that's going to do it for this one. And remember, guys, keep looking up, because that's where it all is.